Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are looking at the PrizePicks plays for the first NFL game of the season between the Buffalo Bills and Los Angeles Rams on Thursday night. It's going to be a blast. Got two great offenses. Should be a high-scoring, fun game, and I expect it to be pretty close as well. Let's go ahead and get into it. As always, if you enjoyed the videos, I appreciate it. Hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you have not already. If you want to join us, you can visit the website, BUFvsLAR.net. We have weekly, monthly, and season pass available for football. Check out Twitter to stay more updated, and stay tuned for more videos. I posted a couple already. The Week 1 first look for DraftKings and FanDuel. Week 1 value picks on DraftKings. I'll have a showdown DraftKings and FanDuel video out probably tomorrow morning, and we'll have more videos out to close out the weekend going forward. So let's go ahead and get started, not waste too much time. There are 5 props that I like here. I'm going to give you guys all 5, and you can run them if you want to. You can split them up, do mix and match, whatever you guys usually do for PrizePicks. I'm still waiting for PrizePicks to hopefully soon be available in PA so I can actually start to place these, but these would be my 5 of some of my favorite props that they have to offer for the first game. So we'll start it off with the rushing prop, and we're taking Josh Allen over 36.5 yards on the ground. This one kind of looks almost free in my opinion. Josh Allen's a quarterback that normally will run over 50 yards. He can run, he's had games well over 100 yards. And if we look back at his last 8 games, or even his last 9 games, he's cleared this number easily in 8 of 9. He's had some 60-plus yard games in there. He had a 109-yard game, I believe, in there as well, just to be more exact. So yeah, he closed it out last season with 68, 66, 63, 81, 64. So he hit 5 in a row, missed one before that, had 109 rushing yards against the Bucs before that. And go back 9 games, he's hit an 8 of 9. So I really love this number. Could be one that we don't even have to sweat, and he clears this in the first half, or heck, even maybe the first quarter. There's a couple of receiving props that I like. I'm going to stick with Cooper Kupp. There's no real inclination that he's going to have a much reduced role this year at all. He's still going to be Matthew Stafford's favorite weapon. They did bring in Allen Robinson, but they lost Robert Woods, so it's going to be Robinson's replacing Woods there. Could see some less touchdowns for Cooper Kupp this year because Allen Robinson's a big body who could draw more red zone targets than Robert Woods was, but in terms of just overall receiving yards and receptions, still expect Cooper Kupp to have a monstrous year. Just like Josh Allen on the other side, Kupp was hitting this number at a ridiculous rate. His line was at like 99.5 on PrizePicks a lot of the second half of the season last year, and he's had a couple of huge games of well over 120 receiving yards, 140 receiving yards last year. If we're just looking at this number, 93.5, he's cleared this in 14 of his last 16 games that he played to close out the season last year. So there's no real thinking in my mind that at least he'll probably be close to this number, even if he does miss. Like, he's had a couple games with like 92 yards last year, but he's always going to be peppered with targets, and expect them to throw the ball a lot in this game, especially if they get behind early, which definitely could happen against Buffalo. Another over receiving yard prop that I like is Gabe Davis over 56.5, and this number, it looks pretty low in my opinion, just because they're facing off against the Rams with Jalen Ramsey, so you expect Ramsey to be on Stephon Diggs, so you could take the under on Diggs if you wanted to, but instead of taking an under, which is not that fun, I'd rather take the more on Gabe Davis at 56.5. I mean, he's earned a huge role this year. He kind of got a little bit of playing time early on, then he got more and more as the season went on last year, and this year, now that Cole Beasley's gone, he's kind of taken over that clear-cut number 2 receiver role. He's going to get a lot of targets. He had a 4-touchdown, 200-yard game against the Chiefs, and now we expect him to carry in to have a monster year. He's like one of the breakout candidates. So if you look at this number, obviously he's only been 1 hit in his last 5 games, but the 1 hit really was a monster one at 201, and like, it's a completely different role for him this year. If you look at Cooper Kupp's 93.5, it's been 3 of 2, and missed one with 92 against the Bengals. Yeah, that was in the Super Bowl. But like I mentioned, if you go back his last 14 games, he's hit in 14 of 16. And then even Josh Allen, if we take a look at his last 5 games, we can see that it's greened out. So a lot to like there. So those are 3 so far that I'm looking at. Another one that I like is there's still some more receiving yards and like passing yard props that look decent. In terms of passing yards between the two quarterbacks, I do like Matthew Stafford a little bit more at 265, just because Allen could get it done on the ground. Maybe I like Josh Allen's like rushing and passing yards more. But Matthew Stafford at 265.5, he's hit this number 10 of his last 15 games. He closed it out with 3 straight. It's a monster passing games in the playoffs. And like I mentioned, if this game does happen to turn into a shootout, or if the Rams do find themselves trailing and have to throw the ball, which you wouldn't be surprised against the Bills' high-powered offense, then this should have no problem. Like 100 of these yards, if not more, could go to Cooper Kupp, and take the over on Gabe Davis there. So those are our 4 props I really, really like. And then there's still some more that we'll get to. There was point after attempts posted like 2 days ago or even yesterday. I was going to have that in the video just because the number was 2.5 for Tyler Bass, and the swaggiest kicker in the league. He's going to hit more than 2.5 point after attempts, especially with how much this team will score the ball. But I'm taking a pass completions prop, and this guy, or not a pass completion, I'm taking a receptions prop, and this guy is going to also benefit immensely from not having Cole Beasley there, and he's kind of emerged as the number 3 receiver for them this year after they were pretty crowded in the wide receiving department last year at times, and Isaiah McKenzie is that dude who's going to be starting in the slot for him, or for the Bills. He's going to be looking at still a good amount of targets. I expect him to probably get 5+ targets, and out of the slot, he should get some high percentage looks. Also a guy with some speed that can burst one, and if Ramsey's able to slow down Stephon Diggs, then Gabe Davis and Isaiah McKenzie, they're going to get a lot more looks. So I really like that number. If worst case, in my opinion, is going to be a push, because I still see him getting at least 3 catches, if not more. And for DraftKings FanDuel, once we get to that showdown, there's a ton of props. The Bills are always fun on showdowns because, like Dawson Knox will catch 2 touchdowns and be the optimal captain, or Gabe Davis will go nuts. So there's a lot of guys that can go crazy for them, so it's always fun to play them on showdowns. But this is what I got for PrizePicks. I'll have a showdown video out later. But Josh Allen over 36.5 rushing yards. Cooper Kupp over 93.5 receiving yards. Gabe Davis over 56.5 receiving yards. Matthew Stafford over 265.5 pass yards. And Isaiah McKenzie over 3 receptions. Best of luck to get us started. Hopefully we can get a sweep on PrizePicks to get us the season started. Also do great on DraftKings FanDuel. All that stuff, but I'll have more videos out. Check out the ones I've already posted. You can check out Twitter, the website, if you want to join. Best of luck, and I will catch you all next time.